about me. They conspired against me. They told a whole lot of lies on me, but God favored me. My character, my integrity, my faith in God, He favored me. It will not.
Today's sermon, Why God Saved Me. Reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verses 12 through 26, by Pastor Brian Carpenter.
You ask the question sometimes, why did God save me? When we think about it in our spiritual walk, why did God save me? You know, we always, we can look back in our past and look at some of the things that went on in our life. Why did God save me? But oftentimes we find in the realm of church, we see the one who had all the spiritual gifts in the church. They grew up in the church. They played the drums. They sang in the choir. They evangelized, and everything the Lord asked them to do when they was growing up, they did it. Man, I got a love for the Lord that I never had before. And all of a sudden, somewhere in there, they start to slip away. You know, I don't know whether college comes into play or some of the things that comes on that creates that separation sometimes. But all the blessings that we've been given, sometimes we just start backsliding, don't we? You know, we get ourselves down, we're really lifting up holy hands. The Lord can't do enough for us. But all of a sudden, we seem to, get back into that slippery slope or falling back into that place that God had pulled us out of. You know, sometimes we go through that struggle. Sometimes God is trying to get our attention, but sometimes we have gotten ourselves so far into it, God can't get through to us anymore. But have you ever wondered, why have we go through some of the things that we go through that seem so inclined to stay where we are? I mean, when God has showed us so many things within our life, in the context of our life, He showed us how He can bless us over and over and over again. But it seems like we're so drawn back into that place, we go back into that same place that we were. We look at Lot. We looked at the last few weeks. Lot was in a situation. He had to make a decision on last week, right? He knew everything in his house was messed up. Folk that came in there and exposed his house. He said some things ain't in order. I ain't got no toilet paper in the bathroom. All these different things are going on. Now I'm exposed now. But now God is coming to a place. He said, man, you got to get your tail out of here. Well, I've been trying to tell you week after week what's about to go down. Lot's holding on, man. Come on, man. I don't want to leave. I mean, this place has been good to me. But that's where we are sometimes, right? God shows up in our lives over and over and over again. And it becomes a tug of war with us. I want to stay planted right here. God says, I need you to move over one seat. And it seems like it takes an act of God to move us over that one seat, don't it? We get territorial. We stay in the same place because we don't want to move where God wants us to move. Lot's struggling with this thing right now. But has that ever happened to us? I mean, why is it so important for me to move? Why is it so important for me to engage God? Why come I just can't be who I am? I believe in God. I should be able to do what I want to do. I should be able to miss church whenever I feel like it. Right? That's the way we feel, right? Why not? I take a job, I work on Sundays. How about that? But I say I believe in the Lord, but that one thing that God blessed me would takes me away from the house of the Lord. We struggle in that thing sometimes because what we want is the one thing that God may not be having for us in our life, but that's what I want in my life. Because, when I get that blessing, I say it's from the blesser, so I take that as a blessing to move on and do what I want to do. God didn't tell us to do that, did He? But we stand right there. We'll justify the actions we'll be in because, hey, I'm getting paid. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I prayed for this job that God blessed me with, but I'm still tithing at the same level. But I'm getting more, but yet I'm still at the same level. How can I say that God's blessing me and I don't give it back to the blesser? That's what I'm saying. Now, you say God blessed you and took you to that place. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we get ourselves in that place of backsliding. We convince ourselves to stay in that very place that we want to be. Lot sitting back, man, he said, man, this thing, it's bad. But I know I need to do something, but I'm just not sure what I need to do, right? But we got to learn this one thing. When God says move, we have to move. That's one of the struggles we come up with. When God tells us to move, we just don't want to move. God makes it imperative to lie. Man, not only do you have to move, you got to get your folk and go with you. Because, not only that, you've surrounded yourself with folk who don't believe like you believe. And if you stay in this place, and I bless this place, it seems like I condone everything else that's going on. You know they out to change. I can't bless them. But I tell you what, if you just move just a little bit, let me take care of them on my own, and then I'll deal with the rest of them. But I just need you and your family, because I've already blessed you and your family to be in this place. I can't bless them because they're not part of the blessing, right? But he said we have to, because we're starting to lose our witness. When we stay in a place that God is not calling us to be, we start to lose our witness. If you still having yourself in the same place week after week, and you say that God is blessing you, but yet you stand in the same place, how can I say that I'm really connected to the Lord? I mean, I'm about to lose my witness there because I'm not doing what God has called me to do. So when I do go to witness to somebody, please, you was just over with me. You was just doing the same things I was doing. So it's hard sometimes to stay in those positions, and God's moving us, but we stay in that same position, right? His family, look at it. He told them, get up. He said, get up, go. We got to go. They start laughing at him. What? Too many times when we backslide and doing some of the things that we're not supposed to be doing, when we try to convince other folk to follow us, they laugh at us. Not only are you losing your witness, you're a joke to them because you haven't been doing what God has called you to do. That's one of the hardest things dealing with on my job, because I try to separate the two and try to keep that demeanor going, right? But sometimes I got to step outside of my comfort and pull somebody aside and tell them about the Lord, because they see me as one place, and that's one of the hardest things to do, to witness to your coworkers, because they see you one way, and they only want to see you in that one way. They can't see you elevate. So when you elevate, they sit back like, no, man, you was that same dude that hollered at me last week, or that made me work overtime, or some of the things, the responsibilities come along with my job. But I got to follow the Lord wherever I go, right? So sometimes it just seeps out of me in my job when I'm trying to do one thing and just trying to be cool. It seems like the Lord just seeps into the conversation somehow or another, because I can't hold it. I can't keep it to myself, right? But you don't want to lose that witness, right? His life was not reflecting what God had given him. He had a responsibility to do, yet he was ignoring it. Many of us, God has planted a gift inside of us. We're ignoring the gift because we want to stay in that place where we are. And you ask yourself, why did God save me? Because God gave you something that he didn't give everybody else. He didn't give that to everybody else. So when he gives that to you, Brother Cotton, when he says move, you got to move. You got to be able to move and hear what God is saying and do what he wants you to do. But even beyond that, Lot is failing his children. See, last week, he was willing to give his unmarried daughters over to these men who were involved in homosexual activities. And he was cool with that, because the thing about it was, he was more concerned about his house looking like it's in order. I would rather expose my daughters to this, but I won't teach them the ways of the Lord. I will expose them to foolishness that can harm them for the rest of their life, but I won't teach them the ways of the Lord. We got a responsibility, and Lot was dropping the ball big time, but God still saw something in him, the same way he does for us. But we procrastinate, don't we? We procrastinate about moving. We know that one thorn in our side that keeps us messed up all the time. We procrastinate, though. Man, I know I was supposed to get up and read my word this morning, but I just got to give me one more hour of sleep. All those things we put in place sometimes, when God said, man, that's the very area I need you to be working on, right? There was a story about a man, right? He was cleaning out his desk at home, and he had saw this ticket. This ticket was for some shoes he had put in there to get repaired. Man, this ticket, he looked at it, he said, man, this thing is 10 years old. He said, but I wonder if them shoes are still, because I really like them shoes. Let me go up there and see if them shoes are available. He goes up there and he gives the man the ticket. He goes back behind, in the back room. He steers around for a while. He comes back. He looks up and down. He said, hey, the shoes still here? He said, yeah. Just come and see me next Friday. They'll be ready. The procrastination, the seriousness sometimes when other folks take. Now, you've been gone for 10 years. You done dropped this stuff out 10 years, forgot about it. Come back. This man tell you to come back in another week. Procrastination. That's what we are here. We procrastinate, right? But the second thing we have to remember, the world that we live in is going to kill us. The angels now coming. And they said, get up and go. They tell them 2 or 3 times. The Bible teaches us, verse 16 and 17, he said they lingered. They's messing around. The importance of the move wasn't that great to them. Some of us find ourselves in that same situation. We're not only in situations that are going to kill us, but we'd rather just stay there as if God's blessing, the grace, we just take it for granted. I just stay there. Listen to some people the other day who was talking about they had been on drugs, and they continue to go back down that road. Some of them had strokes and heart attacks and all this kind of stuff, but it's something inside them that pulls them back to that drug. It's not that God can heal us. I know God can kill you, but the thing about it is, what you put inside of you is going to kill you. But I feel bad than that. I know sometimes when we transform ourselves and get into a new place with God, it's boring. Just coming to church and we're reading and we're telling people about the Lord and we don't see the things we need to see sometimes in other folk. So it gets kind of boring though. So, when I went through my transformation, it was, I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? Because I'm so used to, jet set and I'm out Saturday nights. I'm doing all these different things I need to be doing. It, made me feel better. But now you're talking about going to church, Bible study. I mean, come on, man. Where's the joy in that? But that's where I was in my immaturity. I didn't understand what God was doing. How in the world are you going to think God has blessed somebody like me? Why did you save me? I think about it some of the time. Why did you save me? I want just to be personal. God used to get high as a kite. Heartbeat racing and all this kind of stuff. Why did you save me? I see some of my teeth gone and stuff all messed up. Why did you pull me out of that? Why don't I look like them? God said I had a purpose for your life. You lingered for 31 years, but I still had a purpose in your life that I was going to pull out of you. And I'm going to get it out of you one way or the other. And I'm going to put you in this place. You're going to be a testimony to other folk. Yeah, I know some of the time you standing there in front of these preachers, they're going to tell you they always win the fights. And they always come out smelling like gold. I'm one of them ones, I tell you, I messed up. I messed it up bad on several occasions. And I often go, why did you save me? Why? He said, I got a purpose for you. His wife is looking around. Man, I just bought this brand new furniture. You got to be kidding me, man. I ain't going nowhere. We just moved. Come on. She's messing around, right? That's it. But too often, we're reluctant to turn away from the world because we feel like we lose our value or sense of importance. The things that I've acquired make me feel who, it makes me feel like something. I don't want to lose those kind of things because that's what identifies me as who I am. If you don't call me pastor, it seems like I'm demoted because you didn't address me as that. So I attach so much value to the position and the title. But I'm missing the true thing that God was trying to do the whole time. My worth is attached to my things, right? But when God has a purpose, he will grab you and move you to a place. See, because sometimes we procrastinate so long and we sit back in those places too long. He said, I got to make it intentional now. I'm going to snatch your tail out of here because now you playing around with me now. Because you're not understanding the importance of what I got for you. Lot, you got to get your tail out of here because the things you've attached yourself to, I got to get rid of.
That's good, Pastor.
We sit back, okay. God is trying to save us because we have purpose, right? But we are limited of those abilities because we have a limited vision. We only see Sunday. God said, wait till I see you. What do we talk about a couple weeks ago? Next year, when I come back, the blessing is going to be there. He said, not only are you going to have that blessing, his name is going to be Isaac. Then think about what God tells you. You so worried about what you're going to cook this afternoon. God says, wait to see what I'm going to bless you with in a month. We're concerned about feeding folk in the next month. And we're concerned about feeding ourselves today. The beautiful thing about what God is doing, said, man, you worry about me, and I'll take care of the rest of those things, right? But he said, God saved you because of your grace he has for you. Lot is contemplating the move, risking physical harm just to stay here. God told him, I'm about to destroy this place, man. He messing around, looking around. Really? Man, my house, a car, you kidding me? Yeah. That's exactly what's about to happen in this place if you stay here any longer. Why'd you save me? That was the lady involved in a relationship, right? Day after day, she come home, and the guy, her husband, put his hands on her, not in a loving way, pop her in the mouth a few times. One of them guys that, got physical with her all the time. You hear the stories. Yeah, and sometimes now they get back together, don't they? Send a few roses, and, you come on back in. The beating starts again. Now you get enough courage up, you move away, right? She moves away. Then all of a sudden, here he comes, wind down her again. She falls back into the same situation. Start popping on her again. I ain't holding the task. I don't care about that. I just love him. I don't stay right there. Putting his hands on me, not in a loving way, right? One day she finally gets herself together. I'm tired of it. Don't you put your hands on me no more. Goes and buys her a gun, right? He come in there and warmed up again. I told you I wanted my dinner cooked at a certain time. She knew the scenario. She knew it was about to go down. She comes into this place, right? He comes in, raises his hand, she rolls back, and shoots one shot in the air. That's it. That's my warning shot. He turns around, calls the police on her, and she gets locked up. We put ourselves in those situations sometimes, don't we? The warning signs are there. He didn't put his hands on me too many times, but yet I still go back there. Because for what reason have I gone there? But we have to ask him, why did God save me from that? He said, the mission is greater than the mistake. The mission that God puts for us, designs for us, is greater than the mistakes that we have made. Right? We look at verse 26, right? At all God has done. He said, now get your tail out here because I'm about to blow this thing up. Right? Lot has failed God on several occasions. Yet he's still going to bless him, right? Lot reluctantly moved. He said, I'm not going to linger no more. I'm going to do what thus says the Lord, right? But some people that are with us are more attached to the things that they've acquired. And they just got to take one more look and see what happens to her. He said he turns her into a pillar of salt. Some folk that come with us are so attached to the things that God is trying to take us from. They got to turn around one more time, and that's their death march. Some folk, that we're close to, we trying to take them with us, but they're so attached to the things that God is trying to bring us from. They're going to be the very ones who are going to be turned away and perish right there. Imagine Lot. Now, I've been trying to get my family to move. Now, I finally got them going in the right direction. All of a sudden, this joker, the thing about it was, she wasn't really with Lot. Look at what she said. The Bible says she was behind him. She wasn't joined with Lot. She was already exposing herself as to who she was. Too many times we attach ourselves to folk when they're showing us really who they are. We don't want to realize that they messed up. We know they messed up, but she said, the Bible says she was behind her and she was looking back. She wasn't looking forward to what God was going to bless her with. She was more concerned what she was leaving behind. Too many of us are driving our cars the same way. We're more concerned about the things that are going behind us than what we're going forward in our lives. He said, you know, some of us got those mirrors that said objects in this mirror appear closer than what they are, right? We look in there, but we're so concerned about the things that we're going away from, we can't see what God is trying to take us to. And more times than not, we run into something, don't we? I'm so concerned about looking back behind me. I'm sitting back here way too long. Too many of us attach ourselves to folks in the same realm. They don't have the same vision as you because they're more concerned about what's going on behind them. I understand why God blessed me now. It didn't make sense a couple of years ago when I started this journey. It didn't make sense then, but I see it now. You're right. And there's times when we go in our life sometimes when we say, man, why did God bless me? God blesses me because he knew one day I'd be standing in this place doing what I had to do. Yeah, we didn't miss some people, some folks that went on and all this kind of thing, but the blessing of it is you still have to do what you got to do. Lot says some folks are going to fall behind me. They're going to be trying to consume what's going on behind me, and they're going to fall away. But God is still telling us, not only do we have to break away, but we got to break away completely. Amen. Even in that realm, not only are we breaking away, we got to break away completely. We know some of those relationships are toxic to us. Some of the places we go toxic to us. We know it. We got to move on. We got to move on. Even in death, sometimes. It's hard. Man, our hearts are broken. Oh, yeah. But if they had their lives right with the Lord, I'm okay with that. I got to move on now. Make sure the blessing that we live for Christ sustains more than the struggle that we go through here. Lot's wife is so connected to what defined her. She perishes right there. Lot standing back looking. He let him go just far enough to watch the destruction that he gave to those people who were not doing what he's supposed to do. God is doing the same thing in our lives. He said, I'm going to let you get far enough away where you can still see it. I'm going to let you know where I done bought you from, okay? But I'm going to let you know why I saved you. Always remember the purpose God got for you. He said, I'm not trying to show off. I'm trying to tell you this could have been you. This could have been your story. You could have been the very ones that I left behind in Sodom and Gomorrah. Watch them burn. Don't connect yourself with folk who you know ain't right. Amen. I said week after week, why would I want a mate that won't pray for me or pray with me? Why would I want somebody with me that don't go to church with me? That don't make no sense. I'm going to pray over a bed that God didn't bless. But this one, Lot got him say he twisted. But his wife exposed herself in the end, didn't she? We are in that same place. Don't hold on to folk that don't have the same vision as you. Amen. If they're not walking with you, be careful about the ones that walk behind you. Because they focus on the wrong thing. God is talking to someone today. He said, man, you trying to turn your situation around. I have warned you and warned you, told you and told you. He said, this is your time to get yourself together. Third Dimension Worship Church is the place for you. This is the place where the Spirit of the Lord lives. Your past is forgotten and your future is illuminated, right? So it's illuminated by the fact that Christ is now shining in your life. If you are in a place where you're looking for a church home, this is the place for you. And Third Dimension Worship Church welcomes you with open arms. We sit back each week and we see people in our cities that are taken away from us. And I wonder, were they saved? That's my only concern. All that other theater, I'm not really concerned with that. My more concern is, am I going to see you on the other side? If you don't give yourself over to the Lord in this place or any other place that you go, I'm not going to see you on the other side. I'm set aside, set free, understanding what God has done for me. God saved me for a reason, and I'm so thankful for it. Yeah, I backslid and I've done some things I shouldn't have, said some things I shouldn't have, but I have to understand why God saved me. If you wanted that same thing on today, say, man, why in the world did God save me? Why did he put me at Third Dimension Worship Church this week? Why is God tugging on my heart? He says, now today is your day to get it together.
Thank you for watching. Come visit Third Dimension Worship Church at 40 West 40th Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46208, inside the Martin Luther King Jr. Center. Service is every Sunday at 10 a.m. Remember to stay connected and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook, Twitter, and website. No matter what your current condition or relationship with God, Third Dimension welcomes you. Thank you and have a blessed week.